Hi folks, this video will be entitled "You Need to Become a Daddy's Boy," because that is true. But the point is, I suppose, if you look at becoming is a point, because we sort of understood, some of us at least, that you're supposed to become this new creation. That's our point. We're supposed to become this new creation. Well, and as I've said before, if your friends in your job or in your friendship groups, if they don't recognise there's something massively different about you compared to everyone else they see in the world, you are not really this new creation, are you? Yeah, and that is the case for most people in church. They look and they sound and they act just like anyone else in the world. They do. Because they never became this new creation. Because, okay, understand the point of becoming. If you are already something, then becoming means you have to go through what a caterpillar goes through to become a butterfly. Right? Imagine that if you are a caterpillar. If you're crawling around and now you go into this chrysalis, you've been crawling around having great fun, and now every single part of your body is changing into something else. You've got these wings sprouting out of you. Most of the body you had before is gone. You lose that. How would that feel going through that? It would be almost immeasurably painful, wouldn't it? It would be absolutely bloody horrifically painful going through that. And so anyone who thinks they're going to become this new creation and there's going to be no pain, you're not going to become this new creation. There will always be pain, always. Of course, the level of pain is a different matter. But there always will be a level of pain. And as I say, that's an important thing for people to understand. That becoming a new creation means you go from the old to the new, which means a changing of who you are. That's radical. That's what I said years ago. There's no such thing at all as a non-radical Christian. There really isn't. That's why most people that call themselves Christians are not. No. Not unless Christian means a churchgoer. If Christian simply means a churchgoer, then yeah, okay. Because I think that's correct now. I think that probably is what it means now. Originally, it was a Mickey tape by pagans. Yeah, look at those Christ-in people. Yeah, these people think Christ is in them. And it was a Mickey tape calling them Christ-in people. Christ-in, 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 Christian. Word Christian come from Christ in. Yeah. But this is the point. We're not supposed to be Christ in. We're not supposed to be just that. Although that is it, isn't it, really? But that is it, isn't it, really? But in a far, far greater way than it is understood. Because, as I say, what you've got to do, you've got to become the nature of God. You've got to stop doing things in your will and do things in his will, but you've got to understand his nature and become that. And that is a journey. And more than often, a rather uncomfortable journey. And again, most people in church won't go through anything like that. Well, I said, okay, the reason why I've mentioned many times Mrs. B is because I was talking to God about it the other day. I was saying, there's been loads of women who, over the years, I've thought, is this the one? Yeah, attractive woman, seems nice personality, is this the one? And yet, as I said to God, there's only been one that I've seen that seems to have that wow factor. That when you first see them, you see something of God there. And that was Mrs. B. But that wasn't because of her, that's because of God. Now clearly, I know that wasn't because of her, that's because of God. It's because of the fact that if me saying that she was supposed to be my wife, that I understood it, that she was the one that God was speaking about when God told me about my wife, that he was talking about her. If she can't handle that if I'm wrong, if even 3 years later she starts crying or acting like the victim in church if she sees me there, I know for a certainty she's never going to go through that point of having her nature change to his, because of the uncomfortableness that will have to come with that. And to me, that's such an incredible shame. Because certainly, even when I got to the point of understanding that no, I wouldn't want her. No, thank you. Once I started to see who she really was, it's like, no thanks. I was still hopeful that she would get there herself, because what I saw when I first saw her was this person who appeared as if she'd been in the presence of God. And she looked stunning. She looked absolutely amazing. And different, something I've never seen before. Very noticeable. But, again, it wasn't something I was looking for. So at the time when she was standing next to me, I didn't ask her if she was single. Did I look to see if there's a ring? Yes. Was it? No. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just means that God wanted her to leave the ring at home for some reason that morning. For me to not see a ring and think that that's possible. Because, God wanted me to believe that she's my wife, because he wanted me to get to the point of understanding that he wanted me to have feelings for someone who's married, and that isn't good. That put me in a situation where, can I trust God? And that was a massive fear that I had. Go back, October 2021, listen to the video. It's there, it's still there on YouTube, go and find it. It's within my videos, it's a very interesting listen, that's a certainty. So, this is the point. You're going to have to go on that journey, and it's going to be difficult becoming. And so, most people in church won't become. They won't. They're too weak, but they've been made that way by the pastors. Because, if you have weak members who don't understand the Word of God, if you're a crap pastor, you can still keep your job for 10, 20 years. Because there's no accountability. But weak people don't want accountability. Strong people do. Because they want to get stronger. Weak people, they want no accountability whatsoever. And so the church is happier with weak people, because then, as I say, there is no accountability, there's none of that sort of stuff at all. And so, it hasn't got that way by accident, that's a certainty. But with that being the case, most people won't go through that. Sadly. But there you go. You take care, God bless, I'll speak to you soon. Be a blessing, be blessed. Bye bye.